Okay, welcome back. Here we are in the Coral Sea again, and I have all of my planes stood down except for my carrier groups. So I was going to put together some strike packages. But first of all, we need a target, and our target is Port Moresby. Okay, so up at Ley we have a group of zeros, and we're going to set them to sweep. Once again, as I showed in the previous tutorial, we're going to put a little bit of cap in, and then we're going to select the target of Port Moresby. I also want this to strafe, so I'm setting the current altitude to 100. Exit that. Over here, our amphibious force and our surface task force is heading towards Port Moresby, so we need to provide a little bit of cap for this. So we're going to use the A6M2N roof. So once again we hit escort and long range cap, and I'm going to set it to 100%. I'm going to select the target, which is going to be our amphibious force. Okay, so that's done, and as you can see I've set one of these planes. Now let's go to our level bombers. What I'd like to do is to either set up an airfield attack straight away, or what I could possibly do is to have a naval attack going with an airfield option in the afternoon. Now I say in the afternoon, but this is not always the case, but primarily that's what happens. So I'm going to select my target of Port Moresby, and I'm also going to give a little bit of search. I should set my search up as well, so I'm just going to set this up to a very general 120, and let's bring this up to around about 180. Okay, so we've got 10% of this group searching, looking for naval targets. The rest of the group is going to go after the airfield. I can set all my level bombers at once, so I've done that. The only other thing I forgot to do was to set my current altitude. 15,000 feet is fairly high, so I'm going to set it a little bit lower. Now, so let's have a look. So we've got basically most of our planes running, except for my zeros. So I'm going to set escort here. I'm going to set a cap of 20% over this base, and that means that the rest of them are available to escort my LB over Port Moresby. So our last unit to look at is the H6K2L Mavis, which is primarily a supply and transport runner. The advantage of these planes obviously is that you don't need to have an airfield to drop the supplies at. They're very versatile, but at present I'm not going to use them, so I'm just going to stand them down into training mode. And that basically sets up my turn. So what I'm expecting to happen next turn is for us to hit Port Moresby with a sweep from Ley, and from Rabaul I'm expecting level bombers to come in. And that concludes this quick tutorial.